Are you sure you got the defense right? I see Chris Bryant on the right side of the infield.
There he is.
As they shift, you see the big rookie over there in the grass in right field. Granderson leads it off and takes a strike.
So he plays outfield and he plays infield, but he's playing in between right there.
Playing short field.
That's right.
In the shift with Granderson there. Ball and a strike. That's Paul Emmel calling the balls and strikes tonight here in Game 4.
I'm really impressed with Granderson's discipline of not swinging at the up ball. Takes that for a strike most all the time. I mean for a ball.
Yeah.
Remember last night, Granderson slapped one right at Javier Baez, who's the only infielder on the left side, and Baez was charged with an error. Granderson was then thrown out trying to steal. Fouled off at the plate. And we'll do that again.
This is the loudest I think it's been here. Right here in the first inning.
Well, being down 3-0, maybe it'll free up the Cubs and their fans.
Count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Granderson just 2 for 10 in the series, but in the postseason hitting .321. Has knocked in 7 runs and has made things happen for this New York offense. And through 3 games, when you look at the numbers, Mets 13 runs, 24 hits, and 1 error. Cubs 5 runs on 15 hits and an error. A 158 batting average for Chicago, 255 for New York. And the Mets have out-homered them. Slapped into left field. That's a base hit. Granderson around first. Schwarber hustles it in, and Granderson gets the Mets off on the right foot. Let's check in with Sam Ryan.
Well, Ernie, you alluded to Daniel Murphy earlier in the on-deck circle right now. He's homered in 5 consecutive postseason games, tying the mark set by Carlos Beltran back in 2004. Mets coaches tell me he is so locked in right now. He's always had the intensity, always been about the next pitch. Right now it's on a whole nother level. And Terry Collins said he attributes part of that to healthy legs with a playoff format. They have some off days. His legs are healthy. And get this. Prior to this run, the only time in his entire career he's homered in back-to-back games, once in his career, that was way back in 2009.
And he joined Carlos Beltran last night, sharing the mark for home runs in consecutive postseason games. Here's David Wright.
Well, look for Granderson to continue to play the aggressive style that the Mets have shown here in this series. Looking to steal a bag, looking to get in the scoring position. They feel like they're up 3-0. They can push the envelope a little bit.
David Ross, who's catching tonight, throws a little better than Miguel Montero.
But Montero did catch Granderson last night. There's a strike. David Wright's a guy, Ronnie, who struggled at the plate, had 1 big hit in that Dodgers series, but he's found the stroke.
Well, 3 hits last night. He's had a couple of good defensive plays. He's starting to round into form.
Didn't like that second strike call, though. Looked a little bit up. Now he's 0-2. I'm guessing the Cubs are going to counter this. They haven't held runners very well to this point.
Well,
but they knew how important those 3 mistakes or those 3 running plays yesterday mattered to them.
David Wright goes down swinging for out number 1.
Well, Hamels so far has been coming right after the Mets hitters. Mostly with fastballs. That was a slider.
Now, here was Daniel Murphy last night. A homer in 5 straight postseason games. Carlos Beltran did it for the Astros in 2004. He's got 6 home runs and 9 runs batted in this postseason. Popped up. Foul territory. Bryant has a play. 2 down. By the way he's been swinging the bat, that's like getting a reprieve from the governor.
Well, Hamill had an interesting season. He had a good first half. He hurt his hamstring. He was out for a while, missed a couple of starts. But at the end of the season, he was one of those guys that when he was used by Joe Madden, if he didn't have his A game, he would take him out in the 4th or 5th inning.
Just a little over half the time he's using his fastball. A lot of breaking balls he mixes in.
You saw the breakdown on the Chevrolet pitch tracks as Yoenis Cespedes settles in. There goes Granderson. There's the throw by Ross, and Granderson is in there. Mets have a runner in scoring position here in the 1st. And Cubs starters in this postseason allowing 9 first-inning runs. And the Mets have a guy out there.
I'm sorry, really good jump. I got excited, Ernie. I'm sorry.
That's
but
quite all right.
He slid in with his foot. Yesterday, he was sliding in at first, got blocked off. His hand couldn't get there. He learned the lesson from yesterday, came in late and strong with his foot, got to the bag, beat the throw.
So he's out there for Cespedes, who's knocked in 7 runs in this postseason. He's got 3 RBIs in the series, hitting .308.
I was really surprised that Hamill didn't take longer on that first pitch. 2 outs, you want to steal to get into scoring position. On a strikeout to Wright, he held the ball for a long time, effectively froze Granderson, and then still made a pitch out of that freeze.
See behind in the count, Hamill countering with a little slider there against Cespedes. Cespedes, sliders that are left over the inside part of the plate. He creams.
2 balls, 1 strike. Granderson with the lead at second. And that stays low and away. 3-1.
I always thought he was a really good breaking ball hitter when they're in the strike zone. If they hang, they stay in a little bit. He doesn't miss those mistakes often. Has a hole with a good fastball up out over the plate, and he can't resist swinging at it.
Hamill looks in the on-deck circle, sees Duda, who's 3 for 24 in the postseason. And he's going to throw a 3-1 pitch here to Cespedes. Fooled him, 3-2.
Now that was a good breaking ball. Started out in the strike zone, kind of broke to the outside edge. And Cespedes still had a pretty good swing. You can see if that ball hangs inside, he's going to have a good, strong swing against it. But because it's outside, he misses it.
That's upstairs. That's ball 4, and they're at 1st and 2nd.
Boy, executed perfectly. Hamill wanted to throw that high fastball, wanted Cespedes to chase. He did not.
It was the perfect location, perfect pitch, and I'm surprised he didn't swing. Held up perfectly.
See Baez coming in to talk to his pitcher Hamill. Why? He's going to let him know that they got to do a little more due diligence at second base, keeping Granderson close. Although with Duda up, shouldn't want to take any chances here. Let him swing the bat.
Yeah, not so critical with 2 outs as it would be with 1 out. The conversation could have been about the shift and maybe the responsibilities of covering third.
Lucas Duda waiting and takes inside 1-0. He does have a hit in the series. He's 1 for 6, but just 3 for 24 in the postseason with 13 punchouts. Trying to get the Mets on the board in the 1st. They're 5-1 in this postseason when they score first.
Well, Cal, you and I were watching in batting practice. Duda put on a display. Home run after home run as he's trying to find his timing.
Just easy power too, and the timing is in lifting your leg and putting it down at the right time. If you get excited a little bit, pick up your leg and you drift a little bit, then you're out in front and you have no choice but to put it down.
Fouled out of play. Duda hit 27 in the regular season. Knocked in 73 runs.
Well, the difference is right there, guys. He got a pitch right down the middle of the hit, fouled it off.
He swung the bat better in the last couple games. Looks like he's starting to get his timing, that mechanism where he lifts his leg up at the right time.
Two balls and two strikes. And they're on their feet here at Wrigley.
As you can see, he'll throw the breaking ball anytime, can get it over, and it's a good one.
Just missed. And the count full.
Joe Madden, I think, thinks that a lot of these close pitches are going against him. But I think this pitch is definitely outside. You can tell by Ross's reaction. The catch and move back. It's just off the plate.
Start up the merry-go-round with runners at first and second. There they go, and this is fouled away.
Well, we saw Granderson in his at-bat with two strikes going the other way. Granderson's 9th two-strike hit of the postseason. Looked like Duda was trying to go that way also.
I think he was protecting against the breaking ball. I think both of us up here were guessing he was going to come back with a breaking ball. And I think Duda was protecting against that and reacting to the fastball.
Once again, runners will be on the move on the 3-2 pitch to Duda. In the air to center field. Well hit. Fowler back. Home run. Lucas Duda. And it's a 3-0 New York lead in the first. Three for 24 in the postseason without a home run. And what a spot he picked.
He's got silly power. And this is just a swing, a line drive. Almost has some backspin on it. Carries all the way out of left center field. Almost dead center.
I don't think I've ever mentioned the guy's batting practice ever on the air in the postseason. But it was that great before the game. And he turns it into a home run during the game.
So impressive. One ball after the other. Leaving and hitting parts of this bleacher system that hasn't been reached in a while, I'm sure.
Well, here's Travis d'Arnaud, and I tell you, we've talked about the first inning runs allowed by Chicago Cubs starters, but we've also talked about Joe Madden's desire for his team to play with a lead. Put the other guy on the ropes a little bit as d'Arnaud goes the other way. This is deep to right center field, and this ball is gone. The Mets go back-to-back in the first. Happy hour at McFadden's.
This is a fastball up out over the plate. Good power the other way. And I'm guessing that's a Wrigley Field home run. Because the dimensions is a little shorter out there.
Especially in the power alleys.
In the power alleys and the gaps.
So Jason Hamill now has made 2 starts in the postseason. He's given up 3 home runs. And the Mets have enjoyed out-homering their opponents, 13 of 5.
Breaking pitch over to Conforto. Boy, about a minute and 52 seconds ago, everybody here was on their feet, waving towels, screaming their lungs out. Then Duda went deep and d'Arnaud followed.
You usually don't have these kind of shots till the 7th or 8th inning. They're already in the 1st.
Cal, what do you think as a hitter like Duda, and you have a regular season like he did, nearing the 30 home run plateau, and you know that's a major reason you are where you are. Where does the pressing aspect come in, and how does it feel tonight to deliver in a crucial game?
Well, I'm pretty sure the game scores pulled some of the pressure away. You know, it's one thing when you're not performing and you need to perform and you're losing. By being up in the series, he was able to work on his swing, start to feel good about it, and Ronnie was right. I mean, we were amazed at his batting practice today. So he's found something and brought it out into the game tonight, and what a way to start.
Well, here comes Wilmer Flores as there is first inning action in the Cubs bullpen. Travis Wood is up.
Starting pitcher's dream in the National League is that you're on the on-deck circle in the 1st inning.
That's where Steven Matz finds himself, and meantime Flores, the 8th Met to bat here in the 1st.
So what is it when he gets to bat in the 1st inning?
It means his team has scored a lot of runs.
So his dream is to be in the on-deck circle, but what happens when he goes to bat?
Well,
what's higher than that?
Higher than that is he gets a knock later to add on, and he can hit. I mean, this is exactly the opposite of the script that Joe Maddon needed for his ball club.
And I'm sure it's the exact script that Terry Collins wanted for his ball club.
Into left field, sinking. Schwarber cannot make the play. Conforto is going to be held up at 3rd. They're at the corners.
Well, Kyle Schwarber misjudged this ball in left field. He was kind of in between and dove for it. I think it might have bounced off his chest, not his glove.
He had the one going back yesterday. He's tracking it right here. Hits off the wrist.
He had the one with Cespedes that got him in the wrist yesterday going back, and this one hits him on the wrist coming in.
Yeah, that ball was really scorched last night. He had to go back on, and this one, as he charged, couldn't make the play. And here is Steven Matz with runners at 1st and 3rd.
All this young man did in his debut against the Reds this year is go 3 for 3 with 4 RBI. He can hit.
There goes Flores. There's the throw. It's high. And Flores is safe. And he looked like he took a shot in the head from Baez as he went high to corral the throw from Ross.
Oh yeah, the left leg of Baez catches him on the side of the face. You know, once Baez reached down to tag him, though, Conforto on 3rd base could have taken off if he'd read that play correctly and scored.
And we keep in mind as we see this, and don't know obviously the severity of it at this point, but Ruben Tejada, who's the starting shortstop in the first 2 games of the division series and went out after the collision with Chase Utley. Flores, who started a lot of games at shortstop this year, became the everyday postseason shortstop, and he's going to stay in there. They brought Matt Reynolds up, who has never played in a big league game and has been on the bench since that time. But Flores going to shake it off and take his lead from 2nd. The count to Matz is 0-2.
That was a heck of an emergency swing.
So the Mets now have a couple stolen bases in this 1st inning. And the regular season, 3 times, you mentioned 51 stolen bases, only 3 times did they have multiple stolen bases in a game.
Ball in the dirt that Ross kept in front. And that made everybody in the ballpark shudder, thinking back to the tie-breaking run last night on the Trevor Cahill breaking pitch in the dirt that got by Montero and allowed Cespedes to make it a 3-2 game on the strike 3 to Conforto. That ball is hit to right. Soler back over there near the line, hauls it in. But the Mets bat around in the first. Duda, 3-run shot. Darno reaches the seats. 4-0.